You just figured that out?
Son of a...
Hey, Roberto, how you doing? Terrell here, Big Gold Belt Media. How is your day going?
Oh, it's really good now. You're
Oh,
my first
absolutely.
interview.
Yeah, look, I've been excited about this. Like, I got to interview some of the other cast as well, but it didn't feel full circle till I got you. All in that because you have been the heart of the show so far. You've been
Oh my God, no,
the
that's Alan and Sonia
no,
and,
it's see
and
you've been
Neely and
you've been the moral compass of it all though. Like, yeah, they kind of have a certain thing where they can kind of do what they want to do with their characters, but you kind of rein it in, like, oh, look, I'm trying to retire. Like, I wasn't even supposed to be here. The typical, cop trope that you get that you get in the show. Now, I gotta ask, starting off, how excited were you when you got the announcement that you were casted to play this role in Reacher season 3?
oh my God, I was so proud because I'm a military veteran
Okay.
and I got my biggest contract on a show about a military veteran. And as part of my practice preparation for the second audition with Nick Santora and Mindy, um, I watched all the episodes. And by episode one, I was proud to be a military veteran to this day. That was a year and a half ago. Where before I would be proud on Veterans Day or Memorial Day, 4th of July. But so that's what it was. It was Reacher's like a hero of mine, so.
Oh yeah, first off, thank you for your service. I want to make sure we get that. Appreciate you for everything that you
Don't
do.
mind. I'd like to say thank you to the USS Arkansas, where I served for 4 years. I wore this hat every day on set just to remind me of Billy was a supervisor
Right.
that was set to a desk. And that happened to me in my last 4 months, but I watched like 6 other Master Chiefs go through that. So I wanted to bring that experience to Billy, which is when we're in uniform, we're all brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
really. So
Everybody should be on equal footing when it comes to things like that. There's no difference there, and I love how with Reacher they're like, even though this is fiction, they're real respectful about how they handle certain things with military and certain things, like, even though we have some people that are evil, quote unquote, the bad guys here, but they're real respectful about how they handle certain things, the uniforms, like you said, the way they speak, they get a lot of that stuff down pack. As far as a lot of that, um, how was it for you? Like I said, when you got on set working with Alan and Sophia, getting it comfortable with your role.
Well, first of all, Alan is a true leading man because he leads by example.
Yeah.
His work that this guy memorizes everybody's lines.
Jeez.
You know what? And when I was handed 400 pages of script, and it was like kind of, I'd never seen that before. He sat me down and taught me how to do that and spent a half hour with me. After that, I was fine because I had never been presented that much. You got to memorize all this. And so Sonia, on the other hand, oh my God, I'd be surprised if she doesn't get nominated because her technical and her heart, she brings them both together.
Right.
And working with them, I was better than I've ever been, especially with Sam Hill and Mick Betancourt. I mean, it's a very collaborative, helpful. In the Navy, we had a word for it, morale, and it was more just as important as the weapons and the radar and the power was how the crew felt. And this crew, I've never been a part of a TV show where the crew, the morale was in the air. It was
Right.
everybody was so happy to be there. And I don't know, they say gratitude is the best attitude. And everyone was just grateful to be working on this writing, on this show with this team. So I was happy to just slip right in there, you
This
know?
this show is perfect too, because like you said, I mean, nothing, I mean, everything is earned, nothing is given when it comes to the field that you're in. I mean, obviously you had some people like, hey, that's my cousin, or family, stuff like that. But when it comes to this show provides it's an ensemble show that where every season it's giving new actors an opportunity to step into this world, and with around Alan and the craziness that 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 goes on, and following up from season two, where that whole thing was crazy. We got people falling out of planes. Like how do you possibly top that going into season
Oh, right.
three? Was there anything for your role that you wanted to put a personal touch on to like really make yourself stand out?
Well, like I said, I wore my cap every day
Yeah,
on set just to remind me you're a 30-year veteran of the DEA. So my Billy served in the Navy first. So I imagined what would have been like if after the Navy I joined the DEA, because my family's from Colombia. I
yeah,
was born in New York, but my family's from Colombia, and they were pissed at Pablo Escobar. So I thought, I got out in 1990.
yeah,
I should have joined the DEA. That's what I should have done and
yeah,
helped the country that I love, you know. And I speak Spanish. I could penetrate like he did, like Reacher did. I could go undercover. So I had that imagination going. That's the fun thing about being an actor is you could imagine and then you got to create for the film, for the camera. And so that's what I brought in, the fact that Billy, I made him Colombian and that he had a point of view about why he was in the DEA. It's because Pablo Escobar embarrassed our country, my parents' country. This is my country.
yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
that's what I'm playing with.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, you did an amazing job. Absolutely amazing
Thank you.
job. And I'm pretty sure we could talk about it at this point. I'm not going into too many spoilers because we're more than halfway through the season so far. Obviously, you're seeing on the highway, which I was so happy about because man, that guy, it's a tough episode altogether. It's just to watch because of everything that happens. But I'm so happy that you were the one that happened to be involved in catching the bad guy there. It
Well,
just definitely, like I said, once I saw that, I was like, man, I cannot wait to talk about that scene.
that sequence took 2 evenings to shoot.
Oh
And
wow,
for the most of it, it was me with Alan. And if to me, it was the favorite scene I've ever shot in my 25 years of acting was working with Alan and Sam Hill, our director. And then later on, Ronnie, when he showed up, I love Ronnie. Um, Cooper, remember? The
yeah.
guy that killed Elliot. So that was just so wonderful. It was just so wonderful.
Yeah, he was overdue for it from the beginning of the show. I was like, okay, it's got to happen at some point. I thought it was going to be a lot later in the season, but hey, I'll take it where I can get it. He didn't get to where he needed to go, and the overall the season so far has just been so good. Like I said before, every season has almost kind of a like it's still the same show, but it almost feels like it has almost a different genre to it for the most part. Where this one we have like espionage, like kind of more spy work undercover. The last season we just kind of went balls to the wall with it. We just went crazy. The first season where it was like a detective show. It's a different feel to it every season. And like I said, the new cast and of course the villain of the week that they bring in gives it a different feel every single time. So like I said, season three has been crazy so far. I don't know anybody that's not watching this show right now. I knew from the beginning, and thank you Amazon, from the beginning this show was good because the books were already good. I mean, that's something that I listened to on Audible that I've been listening to before it came out, so I knew they were going to do a really good job with this.
Did you read Persuader?
I didn't catch up to that. I had the first two because I was like, do I want to watch it and then go back and read it, or because I want to see kind of what the differences are, but I've not read Persuader yet.
Oh, I think you'll love it. I think what Nick Santor and his writing team did. Oh my God. It's just they distilled it.
Yeah,
They distilled it and got it to the place that they actually made the mission tougher for Reacher.
yeah,
And so and then I'm the anti-Reacher, this big fat guy. And one thing I'm really proud of is I've lost 30 pounds since then because I was so inspired by Alan and encouraged by everybody on the crew and the stunt team and hair and makeup and wardrobe and
yeah,
special effects. So I just started doing what he does. He said something that really, really hit me. He says, when I go to the gym, I'm not at the gym, I'm at work.
yeah,
And I'm like, oh my God, what a great concept. So I've been going to the gym, but I love work. So now when I'm at the gym, I'm at work.
yeah.
rather than I'm here suffering.
Yeah, I got to get this hour and a half in. Yeah. It's definitely struggle when you don't have that level of motivation behind it or something to hold you accountable. And that's a good idea or a good mental state to have is treat that as work. You know, you go to work to get paid so you can feed your family. That's kind of the same thing, like you said. And that's
Yeah.
crazy because Alan's been like I feel like Alan's been that big since like the last 20 years. Like
No, no, he
since
had to
like
put on 30 pounds of muscle,
are you
man.
serious? Because I feel like
That's
he
not
like
easy.
since
And he
like
had 8 months, you
jeez.
know? So for me to lose 30, I'm down 30 pounds. To lose
Congrats,
30
yeah.
pounds of fat is easy compared to putting on 30 pounds of
and
muscle.
and
Oh my
maintaining that.
God.
Yeah, because I mean, you that's a whole lifestyle change. Food, everything, like everything has to go with that, like to
Thing
keep that
about
level
him
muscle.
is he looks big on screen, right?
Mm.
Bigger in real life. In real life, he's big, and he has this amazing aura about him
Yeah,
that's full of joy. So we don't see Reacher on set. We see Alan, who is so much fun, and then when it's action, wapa, Reacher mode. So I
yeah.
just loved every moment in on set. Every moment.
Now
It's
you
never
you
happened to me before.
you had mentioned your director for you said Sam Hill.
Sam Hill and Gary Flater
Um,
directed episode 3.
out of everything that you've done so far, working with directors, would you say not would you say this was like easily like you were able to take direction from this director a lot easier from previous or you got in you felt like it was no struggle you were able to like take follow the director's lead on this pretty easily.
Sam Hill has this gift. First of all, he is so happy it spreads. You got 100 people that are happy, and he's the happy. He's the tip of the pyramid, and his direction is so specific and so gentle that it's duplicatable.
Hmm.
And for me, a former Navy, I used to work on nuclear reactors. When you got an order, it was important because we're dealing with a nuclear reactor.
Right.
So as I've always take direction as orders, and I do my orders as best I can. And so Sam, I feel like he told me more than once, I have fun throwing you notes because you just grab them and you know, Alan gave me some notes. Sonia gave me some suggestions. Daniel Elliott gave me some suggestions. So and Anthony Michael Hall sat down with me and talked about his 40-year career and
Yeah.
some of the things he does. So it was just a masterclass to be with them. I might have been one of the older actors, but I was the rookie. It was my first series regular. These guys, they lifted me up, they leveled me up. So I'm so grateful.
I
So
would
great.
I wouldn't have guessed nothing over 39. You're talking about one of the oldest actors. Like I'm looking at you now, like you said, after the 30 pounds, you look a lot younger. Like you said, like you definitely hear like the confidence that you have right now. You're definitely killing it right
Appreciate
now. Like
that.
it's
Appreciate
only gonna go up here. Um, so
it.
overall, oh go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was going to ask, well, where are you from? I'm looking at these posters and I'm curious.
I'm from Maryland. So
Maryland, right on.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So it's like the popular anime of the week, One Piece.
right on, right on.
So overall for season three, what would you say? I mean, without giving too many spoilers because it's not done yet. What was your favorite moment, or who was your favorite person to work with so far in this season?
Well, I worked mostly with Sonia,
Okay,
and for me, every scene was a love scene with Sonia, a platonic love
good,
scene. I treated her like a daughter because really can't have kids.
right.
So, so that's what I put into it. And working with Alan is just like motivating, inspiring, positive, and like the scene when we were rigging Elliot up with the gunpowder.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That was so much fun. That was the first scene where we all were together in the
Yes.
sequence that we shot. And from that point forward, I was like, I love this and I'll give everything I have. I hope it's enough. I hope it's enough.
Oh yeah, you had mentioned earlier about Sophia winning an award for this because like
Oh,
her
Sonia, not Sophia.
Sonia,
Sonia.
oh my goodness, Sonia, sorry,
Sorry.
Sonia, her accent change, and it's always easy for people outside the U.S. for the most part. I feel like to pick up a different a different dialect, a different accent so easy, and she goes into like that New York kind of like Boston accent so easily. Like, how was it kind of talking to
Well,
her in character versus like out of her regular voice.
it's not an on-off switch. I mean, she was talking in a Boston accent 12 hours a day, all day long, and we were just supporting her. We
Yeah.
loved it. And she was practicing all day for weeks. And after like 2 months, she says, "Okay, I got this." And then London started coming. So then it was really fun to see her switch it like a switch. But that switch took some time to build. So I really respected the way she her ethic, her work ethic. And she gave me advice. She says, I say the lines all day long. I'm doing my laundry, I'm cooking, I'm walking to my car, I'm saying the lines all day long. And she wasn't telling me to do that. She was just sharing what she did. So I started doing the same thing as if it was a play. When
Right.
you're in a play, you do that because you only got 30 days and then it's opening night. So you run the play, you go crazy. So I said, okay, just like a play, do this series. That was her advice because she went to the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, the top acting school in Europe, in my opinion, from what I've heard. So she knows plays. And she helped me with her transition from plays to the camera. So did Alan with his he helped me with camera IQ, as he called it,
Yeah.
and other things like that. So it was just a masterclass. I was just so privileged to be a part of it.
Yeah, this entire season, I mean, it's a lot of veterans on side. Like you said, Anthony Michael Hall, we got Allen. It's so many
Brian
people.
P.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
many people that, like I said, I mean, like you said, this would be like an actor's like playground right here to pick up a lot of tips, notes, and everything, going forward with everything. Um,
Everybody's like Maria, amazing. Johnny, who played
yes.
Richard. Oh man, he was incredible, incredible.
They
So,
they
and
they they
Paulie,
they killed it.
Olivier, it was wonderful.
I'm glad they brought him in too. I feel like we
Oh,
needed somebody that was gonna tower Allen, like to get those camera shots where you see him kind of looking up at Allen. I was like, okay, this is gonna be fun season. Like we know
but
where this is going.
on camera, he's so intimidating, but
Yeah.
in real life, he's like a gentle giant. He's he's so nice. He was giving me advice on what to do to get fit in the gym. He was giving me advice. I'm like, oh my God, the guy's a bodybuilder and he's giving me advice.
Look,
And
send them my way. I could use some gym time. I could definitely drop me 15 or 20.
good
uh,
feeling.
Roberto, before last question we ended here, what would you say to the fans, or would say to the fans to get them excited, or why they should be watching the rest of season 3 of Reacher?
Well, I tell you, like I said before, when I watched the show, just as part of my study, all of a sudden I found myself proud to be a veteran. And 365, I've been proud every day, not just once in a while, because I consider myself an actor and trying to, make a living. But now, wow, I served my country for 8 years with hundreds of brothers and sisters, and that's what I get. So I'm hoping that other veterans, I mean, this like according to the census, there's 23 million of us
Mm.
come to Reacher to get the same feeling because I love what Reacher says when his mother says to him in season one, with somebody as strong as you're strong as three people, what are you going to do with that strength? And he says, do the right thing. And that's essentially what we did in uniform. Do the right thing for the ship, for the country, for the team,
Yeah,
for the flag, for the president, for Congress. And it woke up something in me that just this patriotism is what it woke up in me. So I hope that more veterans come and watch the show and they'll be glad they did.
absolutely. It's one of the best shows on TV, and it's one of my favorites to watch. I need this to keep going till the wheels fall off. So I need a season. I need a season every year. Like I said, I mean, with the state of TV and the actor strike and everything that was going on, it had me worried. And I'm glad that Amazon and Prime Video was doing their part to keep this going because it's absolutely one of my favorite shows. Outside of Jack Ryan, this this is
I,
one of
I love Jack Ryan.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite shows.
I read a long time ago, I read Hunt for Red October when I was in the Navy
Mm,
because I heard two commanding officers talking about the book and they were so pissed off because there was all these secrets in the book.
mm.
And I'm like, oh, I gotta get this book.
Yeah, before it gets spoiled. Yeah, good thing social media wasn't around at that point.
No, it wasn't. It was 1980 something.
Yeah, Well, look, Roberto, thank you so much. I've been looking
You're up.
forward to this. Thank you so much for doing this interview with me today. Thank you for the insight. It gave me a lot more to your character, to yourself. Seeing you put in the work with everything that you've done over the last couple months, and like I said, I hope that everything just kind of goes up from here for you. I know I'm gonna see you in
Will do.
everything going forward. So thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you for my first press interview.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm the first. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, my cherries popped. Yeah.
Yes. Oh man, thank you so much. Oh man, it was natural. Okay.
Right on, bro.
Thank
Have
you
a
so
great day,
much.
man. Thank
You
you.
too. See you.